All right. Good morning, guys. Just if you would like, you can turn your cameras on just at any time if you want me to help with any adjustments or anything, then you can put your cameras on. Otherwise, you can keep them off. And just remember to mute your microphone. Cool. All right. Well, we can get started. So, coming to lie flat on your back, we're going to start in Shavasana today. So, lying down, feet as wide as the mat. Allowing the arms to fall at about 45 degrees, palms facing upwards. And then slowly letting the top eyelids meet the bottom, closing your eyes. Just finding any last little movements so you're completely comfortable and able to relax and settle down on the mat. Each of us is too intense for you. You can bring your feet up towards your bum and drop your knees in. Just finding it's comfortable. Slowly taking control of the breath. Deepening inhales through the nose and the exhales through the nose. Seeing if you can match the count. So sometimes it's even nicer to try really slow the exhale down. Do a little bit of a longer exhale. Again, just doing what's good for you, what works with your body. We're going to be working through some twists today. Going side crow. Give us some play towards the end. Twists are really good for detoxing and helping in digestion. And constantly compressing the body and then releasing, allowing fresh oxygenated blood to flow through. And doing straining swings to the spine. It's just creating a lot of movement. And often different movements will be moved to throughout the day. Just noticing where your body's at. Just accepting the body you have this morning. I have no judgment throughout the class. Just allowing yourself this hour to play, to explore, and just be completely present. Placing your left hand onto your heart, your right hand onto your belly. Still keeping your eyes closed. As you inhale, notice the chest rise, belly rise. And then as you exhale, belly falls, chest falls. Inhale, chest rises, belly rises. And belly falls, chest falls. Yes. Just keep moving through a couple of these breaths in your own time, your own count. And as you get to the end of an exhale, try to hold the breath in. Just really expanding into the body, expanding the lungs, expanding the ribcage. And then as you exhale, See if you can squeeze with your hold a little bit longer, retaining the breath at the bottom. So you're inhaling, holding, exhale, holding. It feels like you're making these strange circles with your breath and your body. It should feel quite good as you're expanding and contracting, almost as if you're pushing breath throughout. Increasing lung capacity. And then as you're finishing off the exhale, allowing the breath just to return to normal. Lying here, just observing breath. Releasing the hands down to the floor. Bring the knees up in towards the chest. Rock from side to side. Massaging into the lower back. And then slowly dropping down over onto the left with the right hand side. And then rolling over onto your belly. Come on. I'm fighting with my cat all morning. Yoga. This is my yoga mat. So as you're lying on your belly, placing your hands underneath your forehead, coming into crocodile, taking a moment here. You need to have a little bit of movement. You can wriggle the hips from left to right. And tucking the toes under, placing the hands underneath the shoulders, pushing back to child's pose. Either take a wide-legged child's pose or keeping the knees in, whatever feels good. Allowing your head to fall down so your forehead's on the floor. Your arms are out in front of you. You're constantly trying to close off the armpits, so you're reaching the hands down into the ground, drawing the heels and the tailbone together. You want to get your seat or your bum onto the heels in time. And then just lifting up the head slightly. Then take your right hand, thread it under the left arm, and then placing the right side of your face onto the floor. You can get your cheek down, that's great. If you can't, just coming onto your forehead. If it's a bit too intense, you can hold your head up. So we're just doing a variation of child's pose and thread the needle. Yes, you need to move, sister. Hopefully no cats go swimming today. And then slowly pushing them to the left hand. Bring the right hand up, facing you down, the right hand side, letting it settle for a moment, and then bringing it back up to the top of the mat. Moving over to the left hand side, lifting up the forehead slightly, and then swinging that left arm underneath the right, dropping down. One side might be a little bit easier than the other side. Closing the eyes, or keeping them closed. Settling. Noticing how your breath changes when you completely constrict and twist. A little bit harder. Maybe your breath's a little bit shorter. And then releasing that hand out to the left-hand side, planting it down for a moment. And then joining your hand at the top of your mat, or at the bottom if you've somehow landed up like me, the wrong way around. And then from your child's pose, root your hands down into the ground, rolling up into a cat stretch, so really rounding that spine, holding it there. And then inhale, drop the belly, coming into cow. And then exhale, round back up to cat. Drawing the chin into the chest, tailbone in. Thank you. And then exhale, or inhale, sorry, back down to cow. And exhale, cat. Really trying to push the spine up towards the sky. And then slowly finding a neutral spot. And having a slight tuck under the tailbone. You can extend the right arm out in front of you, and the left leg. So try not to do this sort of movement. You want to keep your back straight, your legs straight. Just holding that core, activating the core. So really pushing down onto the left hand and then the right leg, and extending the fingertips all the way down to the toes of the left hand side. If you're starting to shake, it's okay. I'm starting to shake. And then inhale, open the leg and the arm to the side. And then coming back in, placing the hand on the floor and then the leg on the floor. Moving over to the other side, extending the left arm out in front of you, right leg lifts, finding that tuck, finding a nice straight flat back. Holding it there, find that push-pull. So imagine as if someone's pulling you from your fingertips and pulling you from your foot. A really great way to activate and wake the core up. And then opening up, left arm, left side, right foot, right side. And then try stabilizing, leveling off so you're not collapsing down. You're staying quite straight. And then coming back through center, left hand to the floor, holding the leg out for a moment. And then dropping. Tucking the toes, dropping the seat back down towards your heels, lifting the knees up slightly off the ground, and then lifting up into down dog. Depending on how you're feeling this morning, you can pedal the legs out. Otherwise, finding stillness. Making sure those fingers are spread nice and wide and you're rooting them down into the mat. Smiling to the elbows are in. Broadening across the upper back, keep drawing those armpits down and around together. Your tailbones high to the sky. Beautiful stretch down the back of the legs. Feeling as if you're trying to root those heels down into the ground. And if they are ready, just really trying to plant them down even more. Just depending on your flexibility, you might want to shorten your down dog a little bit so you can take a small step. Getting those feet hip width distance apart. You're going to push the weight into the left hand. And you're going to take your right hand and reach across and try grab wherever you can onto the left leg. If you can't grab the ankle, it's okay. If you can only grab the knee, just try grab above or below, don't grab on the knee. And you're twisting over to the left hand side. And then bringing the hand back to the floor, moving over to the other side. Weight is into the right hand, left hand to right ankle, and then twisting open. You want to try and look underneath that right armpit. And then reaching the left hand to the floor. Look to the top of your mat. Step forward. And then folding forward. So you can bend your knees here if you need to. If your fingertips don't touch the floor. Just making sure your fingers are in line with your toes. So if you need to bend the knees, that's okay. Bend them as much as you need. Just hanging out here for a moment. And then you're going to take your hands underneath your feet. So you really want to get those toes right up into the crease of your wrist. There's my watch. So you're standing on your hands. You're stretching into the back of our wrists. And seeing if you can slowly start to straighten the legs. Otherwise, keep them bent. If you want to, you can try straighten into one, keep one bent. You wiggle the toes. Give those wrists a little bit of a massage. The side crow is an arm balance. We need to really make sure our wrists are nice and warmed up. If you put a bit of pressure on them. If you do have any wrist injuries, just be careful with side crow. And then releasing the hands to the floor. Bend the knees a lot. And as you inhale, round up vertebrae by vertebrae. Come into stand at the top of the back. Closing the eyes for a moment. Just noticing the body, the changes in sensation. And inhale, arms back above your head. Exhale, falls forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back, plank. Drop the knees to the floor. Chin, chest, elbows in. So try not to don't let the elbows go up. Keep them close to the body. And then extend the knees. Untuck the toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Lifting up. Releasing the glutes. And drawing those baby toes down towards the ground. And then exhale. Forehead to floor. Tuck toes. Seat back to heels. And then lifting up. Downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high to the sky. And then drop the heel towards the bum. So you kind of stack that right hip on top of the left hip. And making sure there's equal pressure between both arms. So you're not dumping into one shoulder. And then inhale, extend the leg back up. Toes pointing down towards the ground. And then bring the foot all the way. Stepping between the hands. Dropping the back foot 45 degrees. And then inhale, arms up, bending into that front leg, sinking into your warrior one, Yoga-Drasana one. Taking a deep breath into the nose, shoulders down. And then exhale, hands down to the floor. Step back to plank. Drop the knees to the floor. Chin, chest, elbows in. Extend the legs, untuck the toes. Lift up baby cobra if you feel like you can. Lift up a little bit more. And then exhale down. Tuck toes. Back to heels. And then lifting up. Down dog. We're doing the same on the left hand side. So inhale, lifting up the left leg high towards the sky. Leveling off the hip. So making sure those toes are pointing down towards the floor. And then stacking that left hip on top of the right. And then dropping the heel towards the bum. Opening up the hip. And then extending the legs back up, leveling off the hips again. Look between the hands. Step the left foot. Drop the back foot 45 degrees. And then open up. Warrior one. We'll lift up warrior one. Sinking into the front leg, really trying to find that 90 degree, but you don't want to collapse down. You want to keep your body up nice and straight. Tuck the tailbone under. Deep breath in. And then exhale, hands to the floor. And step back to plank. Drop the knees. Chin, chest. Untuck toes. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders a little bit, slightly in front of them. And then inhale. Lifting up into your cobra. You want to make sure your pubic bone is on the floor, that you're not doing this. You need to bend your arms. That's okay. Your glutes are relaxed, so make sure you can still wiggle your bum. Your baby toes are drawing down into the ground. Really try to remember to relax that glute. And then exhale, coming back down. Good way that's stopping me from tensing up my glutes. One of the online trainers keeps saying, if you want to add a wrinkle, tense your glutes. And then inhale, back up to cobra. And exhale, back down. Cat doesn't learn. Tuck the toes. Back to heels. And then lift up, down, down. Looking between the hands. And stepping the feet to the top of the mat. Grabbing opposite elbows. Just rocking from side to side and wrangle. You can make your feet a little bit wider, whatever's comfortable. And then releasing the hands to the floor. Heel toe those feet as wide as your mat. You want to get your toes pointing out to about 45 degrees. And then we're going to drop the bum. And coming into your Malasana squat. So you want to make sure your back is nice and straight, that you're not leaning forward, that you're not collapsing down into your flexibility. You can rock from side to side, lasting into those hips. You can lift up as you rock onto the balls of your feet. And then slowly stopping in the center, placing the left hand out on the floor in front of you, reaching the right arm up. So if you're finding you're going up onto your toes, make your feet a little bit wider, and then also keep those feet at an angle. It will help you with the flexibility. And then coming back to center, moving over to the other side. I don't have much space to put my hand. And right onto the floor, left arm up to the sky, gazes up towards the left thumb. And then back to center. Hands to the floor, rolling up nice and slow into a wide-legged Uttanasana. Heel toe the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, coming up onto those fingertips, keeping the back nice and flat. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the left foot back, drop it 45 degrees, walking the hands through center, then turning those right toes in. So your toes are facing in towards each other. Inhale, halfway lift, with flat back. Exhale, folding down. Making sure your hands are underneath the shoulders. Wide-legged forward fold. If you want to deepen it, you can pistol grip your big toe. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, pulling yourself down and forward with your arm. Making sure the weight is in the balls of your feet and you're not rolling back onto the heels. And then releasing the hands back to the center of the mat. bending into the right leg, left leg stays straight, and then you're coming up onto the heel of the left leg, walking those hands up in front of you. So you're in a twisted Skandasana or extended Skandasana, reaching the hands out. If this foot's not touching, your heel's not touching the floor, it's okay. You can stay on the ball of your foot. Otherwise, come up higher. So you'd rather be here. And then in time, you'll gradually get the flexibility. Bring the hands back underneath, walking over, bending into the left leg, straightening into the right leg. Arms are pulling away from you. And then coming back up through center. Both feet facing in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding down. And walking the hands to the front of your mat. Stepping forward into your Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bend the knees a lot. Rounding up vertebrae by vertebrae, coming to stand. Bring the shoulders up towards the ears, rolling them back down. Moving through 3 shoulder rolls. The inhale, draw some up. Exhale, roll down. One more going backwards. And then let's do 3 going forward. Inhale, lifting them up. Exhale, rolling down. Last one. Bring the hands to heart center. Closing into the eyes. Taking a moment. Inhale, reaching the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Sweep the hands along the floor, lifting up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Tuck the tailbone under. So if you're watching my seat, you don't want to be here. You want to tuck it under. Lift the chest up. So you're keeping your back nice and straight. Hands to heart center. And then left elbow over to the right knee. So you're twisting. You want to make sure that your knees aren't splaying. You want to keep them together. Lifting off the chin, the thighs. So you want your chest off. And then stepping that weight into the right foot. Lifting up the left, nice and slow. Extending back. And stepping back into your revolve. Side angle. And then opening up. Twisted. Your arms are extended. Holding it there for a moment. And then windmill the hands down to the ground. Step back to plank. Drop the knees to the floor. Feet back to heel. Taking a moment, catching your breath in child's pose. Tucking the toes under. And then lifting up to down dog. So again, just making sure the tailbone high towards the sky. Let's put this one earphone in. You guys just keep holding those down dogs. I don't know what's going on. These earphones don't seem to hold the charge at all. Hopefully you can still hear me properly with one in. Look between the hands. Step the feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Bend the knees. Sweep the hands along the floor, lifting up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Tucking that tailbone, lifting the chest. Drawing those shoulders away from the ears. Hands to heart center. And then right elbow, left knee. Twisting, lifting. You want to feel as if you're trying to draw that bottom rib cage up towards the sky. Weight is now going into the left leg. Slowly begin to lift the right, and then stepping it all the way back. Staying in the revolve for a moment, and then releasing the arms up. Left hand to the back of the mat. Ooh. Holding it there. Sinking into the front leg, and then windmill the hands down to the floor. Step back to plank. Drop the knees down. And then falling back down into your child's pose. Just taking 3 deep breaths here. We're moving into the flow. Have a bit of play inside crow. Quite a cool one because there's quite a few variations. Tuck the toes and lift up. Down dog. Inhale, lifting the right leg high to the sky. Pointing toes down to the floor. Opening up the hip. Foot to bum. Holding there. And then as if you're trying to draw a big circle with your knee, bring the knee all the way round. Touch your right tricep with the right knee. And then step the foot on the outside of the right knee. Coming into your lizard lunge. So if you want to, you can come onto your elbows, depending on your flexibility. But you want to make sure that right knee is hugging that right shoulder. The back leg is straight. If you need to, you can come down. And then weight is into the hands and into that right foot. You're going to step the left on the outside, dropping down into that malasana squat. Rock from side to side. And come onto one toe, then the other. Otherwise, just finding stillness. Making sure you're not collapsing into your flexibility, so you're still squeezing that mula bandha. There's some activation, some lift. Coming up onto your toes. Holding it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering back down. Hands to the floor. Slowly lift the bum up towards the sky. Feel the release. Ooh, feels good. And then heel toe the feet together. I'm going to come stand in the middle of my mat. It might be a little bit easier for you guys to see. So, with your side crow, I'm not sure if we've done this one before or gone into it. It's just about almost trusting yourself in the balance. If you do have a block, even a cushion, if you are a bit nervous about your head going onto the floor, it's quite a nice one for confidence to keep us nearby. So there are 2 ways to go into it. One is the more traditional way that I generally use, and then this morning when I was just doing a bit of research into side crow, I came across a different way, which might be easier for some, it might not. So just see where you're at. So from your Uttanasana, bend the knees a lot. Sweep the hands coming up into your Utthana chair pose. Hands to heart center. And then we're twisting left elbow to right knee. Keeping those knees nice and bent. And then dropping the bum down to the heel. So you're staying high on the toes, making sure you've really got that left arm hooked underneath the right leg. So one variation with this one, you can take your right arm and get it right up into your hip. Guys, depending on your strength, you should be able to not rely on getting that hand in. So let me do this way first. So your hands are in, rooting them down into the ground. You're going to get that hip onto the right tricep, and then slowly move your feet around, and then lifting up. Okay, so that's option 1. There's three options there. I think we have done this one, so hopefully you guys, if we have done this one, there's some improvement. Okay, the other one is where you don't use your right arm and you're just lifting up, so you're really balancing onto the left. Then the other way that I learned today, again, might be easier for some of you, you come into that wide-legged forward fold. And let me just check where we're going. I'm blank now. Taking the left leg to the right tricep, and then going in, you're finding that chaturanga arm, and then lifting the legs up. Whew, I'm tired from those. Okay, so see which option works best for you. It's just for some fun. I actually think the wide-legged one's a little bit easier. So just keep playing with the same side. If you want me to have a look and see what you're doing, you can pop your camera on. If you need some help or anything, if you need a question, you can ask. If you are a bit nervous of getting that head plonking onto the floor, take a block. This takes a bit of maneuvering to figure out exactly where your head might land. And just placing, oops, yeah, too close. Just use my nose. Cool. Hopefully you guys are winning. It's quite a fun pose. It's a lot about trusting yourself, trusting your body to catch you, and also having a lot of focus. And then also making sure you're lifting those hips so that you're not dumping down. And you want to make sure you're getting those arms at 90 degrees. Okay, just finishing up whatever on your last side. And afterwards, if you have any questions, just let me know. And then coming back up into your Uttanasana, taking it quite wide, grabbing opposite elbows, allowing the head to hang heavy, finding stillness. Sweeping the jaw, shake the head, nod the head. And then we're just going to do a few rolls. So keeping the arms where they are, so you keep your hands on opposite elbows. Inhale, open up to the side, left side, lifting all the way up. And then exhale, dropping down. Inhale, lift you up. So we're going 3 one direction, and then 3 the other direction, making them nice and slow, juicy rolls. And then when you get to the bottom, hang out for a moment, and then go the opposite direction. So we're going up towards the right, and then down towards the left, stretching into the side body. Last rotation. And then if you've come to the center of the mat, just turning around to face the top, planting the hands on the floor, stepping back to down dog. So we get to play on the left-hand side now. So one side might be better than the other. Inhale, lifting up the left leg, opening up the hip, foot to bum. And then drawing that big circle with the left leg. Touching left knee to left tricep. And then stepping the foot on the outside of the left hand. We're coming into whichever variation works for you. Elbows down, knee and elbows down. Just making sure you're constantly squeezing that left leg into the left shoulder. When I drop my elbows down, my knee sort of splays. Yeah, it splays too much still, don't have the flexibility. So what you can do is if you're almost there, blocks are really useful props. You can prop up one elbow flat onto the ground and then the other elbow onto something. Something heavy enough to hold, strong enough to hold. And then wherever you are, pushing back up. Weight is into the hands and into the left foot. We're going to step the right foot coming into Malasana, dropping the bum down, holding here for a moment. You have a choice here. You can either stay still or you can do those raise, hold it for 5 seconds, keeping the back nice and straight. Keep pushing the elbows into the knees so you keep opening up those hips. Making sure the back is constantly straight and you're not rounding up the spine. Dropping the heels to the floor, hands to the floor. Lift the bum up, everybody. Heel to those feet in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees a lot. Sweep the hands along the floor. Okay, let me move this into my mat. So from your Utkatasana, hands to heart center. And then right elbow to left knee. You want to make sure those knees are together, that the right knee doesn't go past the left. And then going into whatever variation works for you. Again, sitting down onto those heels, bum to heels, staying on the balls of the feet. Hands on either side. So if you don't want to use that left arm, move it up a little bit away from you, bending into the arms. And then over. This side's not my great side. And then the wide-legged variation. Putting those hands underneath the shoulders, or just a little bit in front. Bending. Bending that left arm. Getting that right knee in. Okay, I've gone the other way, now this side. This side's definitely not. Whew. Some days your body's just stuck. There we go. Oh, wonderful. Whew. So just keep playing there, having some fun, figuring out what variation works for you. These are foundation poses or more advanced poses, so your vinyasa, pose of stage. And there's all sorts of other ones that you use from your arm balance. Starting to scissor into the legs, opening them up. Quite fun. Okay, just finishing up on whatever side you're at or whatever variation. Oh. And then when you're done, coming into a child's pose. Do a wide-legged child's pose, just allow the hips to open. And bring the hands towards the feet, allowing the shoulders to relax. Finding those deep breaths here. And just letting go of any judgments or expectations you didn't manage. All part of the journey. Don't get upset with yourself. And then out in front of you. Walking the hands back up. Sitting over onto your bum. Extending the legs out in front of you. Inhale, arms up above your head. And then exhale, falling down and reaching for those toes. Keeping the back nice and straight, shoulders down away from ears. If you can't get your toes in your knees, yeah, that's perfect. Stay where you are. Otherwise, if you have a belt or a scarf or a strap, even a towel works. You can go here, hold yourself up, and then slowly pulling yourself down. The most important thing with this, it doesn't matter if your head goes all the way to your legs, you just want to keep your back nice and straight. And then gradually, you'll start going lower and lower. And then walking the hands back up. Sitting up nice and tall. Bringing the right leg in towards the chest. And then stepping it over. Lifting up the left hand, hooking it. Placing the right hand at the base of the spine. And then twisting over. Inhale to find length. And then exhale to twist a little bit deeper. And then slowly. Can you guys still hear me? This one just in case. Just notice me now again. Technology. Okay, that should work. Nope. Why is it speaking?
Sorry, guys. So I've gone back. We counted that stretch, so placing the hands on the floor. And then unraveling. What is going on? Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, sorry about that. Technology failing me again. Then bring the left leg up and towards the chest. Stepping it over the right. Left hand to the base of the spine. Inhale, right arm up. And then hooking right elbow over that left knee. And then twisting over. Maybe on the fingertips. If you want to deepen the stretch, you can drop the hand towards the seat, keeping both bum bones onto the floor. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. And then inhale to unravel, placing those hands on the right hand side, just pushing the body away from the hands, countering the stretch. And then slowly releasing down. Bringing the hands out in front of you, sitting up nice and straight. Lowering down using your core, vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping the feet down onto the mat, trying not to lift them. And And then bringing the knees up, feet are rooting down into the ground. So you want to be able to tickle the heels with your fingertips. Placing the hand on the floor, tuck your tailbone under, and then we're slowly going to start lifting up into a bridge. So lifting up lower back, middle back, upper back. You can shimmy the shoulders underneath. Interlace the hands if you can. We're going to extend the hands down onto the ground. Mind don't go into the ground because of shoulder rotation, core mobility. And then rooting into your feet. So you don't want to squeeze your bum, because remember we don't want to add wrinkles onto our bums. So releasing the glutes, pushing down through the feet, and then lifting up as high as you can. Puffing the chest up. You're trying to feel as if you're getting that chin towards the chest, or the chest to the chin rather. And it's important to remember not to move your head in this pose, so try to stay where you are. And then release your hands, and then slowly lower down. Upper back, middle back, lower back. And then extending full spine onto the ground. Taking a moment here. And then getting those feet as wide as the mat. Dropping the knees down to the left-hand side. Left knee or left foot on top of the right knee. And put the arms wherever you want. Maybe you want to cactus into them. Just putting a little bit of added pressure with that left foot on the right knee, so you can twist a little bit deeper. And then nice and slowly begin to unravel, feet down onto the ground. And moving over to the other side, dropping the knees over to the right. Right foot on top of left knee. Trying to relax as best you can. And to release where you're tensing. Maybe release the jaw. Maybe just bringing sensation, awareness to those areas that are tight and maybe they'll relax a little more. And then releasing, come back up. Drawing the knees in towards the chest, grabbing at the base of the knees, hugging them in. So feeling as if you're trying to draw the knees into the armpits, flexing into the feet. Sacrum or bum bone drawing down to the floor, so you're lifting up the bum's pushing down into the mat. And wind release pose. And then grabbing the outside of your feet, going through the legs, lifting the feet up, coming into your happy baby. Again, you're trying to feel as if you're drawing knees down towards the armpits up to the floor. Keeping the sacrum down on the ground. Find a little bit of movement if it feels good. Otherwise, stillness. And then slowly dropping the feet all the way down to the floor. You need to do any last movements before Shavasana. I'll give you guys a moment or two if you want to. Once being wide with the legs. Or just anything that feels good before allowing the body to completely relax. So again, Shavasana is for you, it's about you and your body. So taking a pose that's comfortable for you. If you have a blanket and you're getting cold, it's always nice to place a blanket over you. So either you can stay where you are in constructive rest, or drop the knees in, It just takes a little bit of pressure off the lower back, so if you've got a bit of a sore back, this is a great one to do. Otherwise, if you're feeling like you can and you want to, you can come into Supta Baddha Konasana, otherwise traditional Shavasana. Feet as wide as the mat. Whichever pose you're in, keeping the arms at 45 degrees, palms are facing up. Allowing the breath to return to a natural state, a natural rhythm. Letting go of all control. Just allowing the body to work its magic. To integrate your practice. Finding absolute stillness. And if any thoughts pop into your mind, just acknowledge them and let them go. It's impossible to completely quieten the mind, but calm the fluctuations. It's one of the Yoga Sutras. Yoga-Chitti Vritti Nirodha. Calming, yoga is calming the fluctuations of the mind. It's quite a cool one for me. Just taking a minute or so, it's just completely relax. Allowing the body to soften down. If you feel like you need to stay longer in Shavasana, you can. Otherwise, I'll guide you out. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And then sighing it out. Wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Drawing the knees into his chest. Giving yourself a hug. Lifting up the head, neck, shoulders. Drawing yourself into a little ball. Grabbing opposite elbows. Holding here for a moment. And then slowly relaxing down. Rolling over onto whichever side suits you, left or right. Coming into a fetal position. Taking a moment. Just thanking your body for guiding you, for holding you each and every single day. And then keeping your eyes closed, slowly begin to push up into a comfy seat. Keeping the back nice and straight, sitting up tall. Hands on the knees to feel grounded, palms up to receive the energy. Or simply just placing your hands in the lap. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale, side out through the mouth. Inhale, hands to heart center. Dropping the forehead down towards the fingers, chin towards chest. It's been an absolute pleasure guiding you this morning. Hope you have a wonderful week ahead and enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys again in the mats next week. The light to me sees the light in each one of you. Namaste.